Metaverse. Make sure you come by Bigfoot to take over. We teach you about NFTs and how to get paid in the Metaverse.
Make sure if you want to get a ticket, that you go look on the flyer, on my page, on his page, Cassius Convey, we'll teach you about NFTs. 50 seats available, $100 a seat. Come on.
Keep playing it. I ain't done yet. Keep playing. Turn that music up.
Hey, first, let Cassius Convey teach you about NFTs. Let's go.
Cash.
Michael Flatley in the house.
If you came to learn the NFT game, I'ma host ya. He is on the roaster, gonna do it for the culture. If you need to know it's so achievable, come see me and tell at 3132. I still call it even pro. You're the copper flare, box and drip and drop a sit low, but you won't stop us though. You see me flopping crypto. If you want your neck to shine, it's coming back. I'm starting right now. Now I'm ready. This is when I speak to you. I'm always gonna keep it true. Hey, now I'm ready. Good job, DJ. Good job, DJ. What the hell are we doing up here? I don't even know. What's this panel? Hey, Cassius, tell me what this panel is.
Man, this panel's gonna be popping. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name?
NFTs and Average Joe.
That's correct. NFTs and Average Joes. Why is it called that? Well, everyone that's in this bubble, this conference, we all know the Web3 terminology. We all know the lexicon. We know the difference between a layer 1 protocol and layer 2. They get to explain proof of work, Metaverse shenanigans, how a smart contract works. But my Uber driver didn't know any of that. The person who misspelled my name as Alex, and my name is Adam, on my Starbucks cup, they would have no idea how to explain what NFT is. All they know is pictures of apes are going for $1 million. That's freaking weird. But when they want to learn, they take out their phones, their mass adopted smartphones. They type in, what is an NFT? Why the hell are pictures of apes selling for millions of dollars? Millions? Are they millions? What are they now? What are the apes now?
60,000.
That's it. Woo! Bear market crisis. But that's still a lot for someone making 40K a year, 6K a year. Picture of apes selling for 60,000. So they type into Google, why is JPEG selling for so much money? That's good. No, go back. I'll bring them up a little bit. 10 seconds. Now play. Like Cryptine! Get your ass up here! Crypto Fiend! Who's next? The Bitcoin Queen! Get on up here! Who we got next? Who's popping? Who's coming up? Ragsy. Come on, Ragsy. She's gonna take her time. That's her brand. Fashionably late. Hey, the big crypto! It's Keeper and Crusader! Why are you so far up there? Why do you have like bulletproof vests on? I don't understand. Hey, Miggy! This guy's Miggy coming out of a portal, looking like he's from Rick and Morty. Miggy, get up here! Crypto blood!
Artists on board into this space because I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for artists to showcase their work on a more global scale through, through blockchain tech. So that's why I got into the space. Yeah.
I'm the other Miguel, but you may know me as Miggy, Miggy Crypto. The work that I do right now is mostly in community development and engagement, especially for IRL activations. Just now starting to create content.
Where's your buffercorn at? You usually have a stuffed animal that you take everywhere. Where is it?
He's actually at the house. I'm bringing him tomorrow. Yeah.
Damn it, Miggy.
My buffercorn, he's here.
He has COVID.
Hey, let's keep this. Is COVID PG? I don't even know more. I want to keep it PG. We'll call that PG-13. All right. Hey, I do want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor, Seek VR. Seek VR. They have a great Metaverse. Seek's been around for a long time. They have partnerships with all your best celebrities. If you missed the Justin Bieber or Lady Gaga concert, and you can't go to it because you're a kid and you're grounded or you have to work or you're a boring old adult, you can go catch it in the Metaverse. Seek VR. All right. One. Last minute placement. Tell me, Art, get the heck up on that stage.
Yo. Well, this feels nice and awkward. Tatiana De Maria, aka TDM Crypto Online. Thanks for having me up last minute, Adam. Yeah, basically career musician, have done that my whole life and built businesses around music. And also founded a big NFT and music platform called Super Fanatics. Been building in Web3 for the last 2 years, but been in Web3 for a long time. And then was killing every dinner party during the pandemic explaining blockchain. So took that to TikTok and then ended up with this lovely posse of people. It's like Match.com for crypto nerds.
Hey, TDM, Tatiana, do you want to be cool and sit next to the belts, or do you want Nick to get off his chair?
No, I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of jealous that you have a podium. The fuck? No, I could be cool, I can. Okay, what's up, people? Me and my belts.
How'd that look? That look good? Cheer for that. Woo! Do another pose, do one more, do a different one.
I mean, I know.
Is that one better? You want her to stay like that? The whole entire panel? Cheer! Oh no, they're too nice in here. Alright, I got a question, guys. I got a question for you. So, being on the front lines of mass adoption with various social media channels, YouTubes and TikToks and whatever the heck Mickey is, you hear from you interact with normal human beings on an everyday basis. What are their thoughts on NFTs? I'm not talking about a D-Gen who goes to a Bored Ape Yacht Club party. I'm talking about your mother, your mailman, your college teammate if you play football, I think Keeper did, or your AV club teammate, which I think Fiend probably had. What are their opinions on NFTs from a normal person?
You ever seen the
perspective?
mid-twit meme?
Tell me more.
The one where it has like the low-educated person, the person at the top of the bell, and then like the guy with the Jedi at the bottom of the bell. Person over here says fuck NFTs. Person at the top of the bell says NFTs are gonna save humanity. Person at the bottom of the bell say fuck NFTs. That's pretty much how it is.
They say fuck NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Crypto Fiend, why do you think they say fuck NFTs?
They don't fully understand what they're about.
Why do you think that is, Keeper?
Yeah, I think they don't understand. They hear the word non-fungible token. First of all, they don't understand what non-fungible is. And then you start to explain to them that there's actually utility that you can attach to these NFTs. You know, Crusader and I, actually a funny story, we didn't believe in NFTs when they first came out. We thought they were a cash grab, candidly, right? And what we started to recognize as we learned that you can attach real world utility to this piece of art, originally. And moving forward, as we move into, IDs and tokenization of real estate, like NFTs are the future. And as we started to learn that, if you're able to get that across like simply to someone, I think their eyes kind of start to open. They say, oh, okay, I could at least understand where you're headed with that. And that's kind of the onboarding process, just kind of breaking it down and simplifying it.
Hey, so, I go on Tinder sometimes. Currently, Crypto Blood is actually on my Tinder profile. We did that together, took that selfie together in Vegas. It's as bad as it's in your head. Whatever you have in your head is much worse. Anyhow, I took my electric skateboard to my Tinder date in San Francisco and told her what I did, and she was like, Web3, like the pictures of like the Twitter things? I go, yeah, the apes, they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars. She goes, tell me more. And I did a poor job, and the date ended like 10 minutes later, and I got stuck with the check. So, Blood, what should I have said to get a second date there?
You should have never even said you were in crypto, man. You lost me in crypto.
I don't even think this. Okay, it's on. Great analogy there, Adam. No, I think what we have to do here is really we succumbed to our own success, meaning, the Bored Ape movement, the Beeple, all of that kind of gave NFTs a bad rap, in my opinion, honestly. I'm more of the thinking of the camp that, NFTs can be used for certificates, for schooling, higher education. It can be used for mortgages, that can be your proof of mortgage or the title. So I think real world applicable ways to implement NFTs is really what the future is going to be. So these Bored Apes, we got to get away from telling people about Bored Apes and all of the art NFTs. They're cool, but we see what happened.
Hey, I'm going to stop right there. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you finish.
No, you're not.
Nah, you're right. I'm ruder than Kanye. What do we call him, Yee now? He's getting in some NFT trouble, huh? We don't need to get away from the art NFTs, because you know what? There used to be a trope here and yeah, we are going to argue, and I encourage you all to chime in. There used to be a trope here called starving artists, and it was based in reality, and pretty much over the last 2 years, Starving Artists No More, such as the beautiful Ragsy, Crypto and Art, who won a reality TV show, I believe, for Lego art.
There's nothing wrong with art.
Doing
There's nothing wrong with
Lego
that.
art and NFTs. Tell me a little bit how NFTs has been able to change your life for the better as an artist. And be sure to direct any criticism to that guy.
Yeah, come on with it.
You know, it is Art Basel. That's why we've all gathered here.
Ooh, this!
Yeah.
This is DCentral.
Clap for that, guys.
This ain't art, Al. This is DCentral.
Yo, mama.
Well, you know, I think the fine arts, it's not something everybody has a taste for. It's not something everybody is interested in. You know, some people can't understand why somebody spent $100,000 on a banana duct taped to a wall 2 years ago, right? So it's
That was
not,
crazy.
Yeah. It's not, you know, so it's something that's not for everybody, but for me, you know, art was kind of just the path that I had to choose in life. And, you know, being an artist just means so many different things. It's not, you know, and I love that it's not restricted anymore to physical art. Now we can use digital art to reach broader audiences. And I think it's so important, the blockchain tech, because for the longest time, digital artists in particular, I feel were never valued and they were never paid fairly. And I feel that, you know, for all the graphic designers and all the digital artists out there, they're finally like getting their turn to be valued and showcased in all these different ways. So yeah, so you know, I'm passionate about art. Obviously, I'm an artist. I collect art. I curate art, but it's not, you know, it's not for everybody. NFTs can be used for a variety of different things. The art, I feel, is easier for mass adoption because it helps new people coming into the market understand it a little better than looking straight at a
Blood, you trying to say something.
I'm wondering why you're not cutting her off. That's all I'm wondering about.
Hey, you know what? I got Blood's belt right here. I don't think he deserves it after that, so I'm just gonna pass it around the crowd. You guys just pass this around.
Adam,
I don't care where it ends
I think
up.
you're favoring the women in on this panel, man.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
back him
man.
up. I'm gonna back him up.
Go ahead.
Because yes, I do agree that there's a lot. We all work on the internet. We've all ripped up you know, some JPEG or stripped something offline and didn't pay for it, and like yes, like that is fantastic. But I think what Blood's trying to say is the idea that people think that they go into NFTs and say like, oh, NFTs is art. There's a lot of people that make that association, and that's kind of like where you lose what's underlying. And then when they see, you know, somebody puts up some art and it goes down 99%, like, I mean, literally anything during the NFT bull market, that's kind of where you lose people. And people...
I want to back you both up. Because I think in the end of it, like when letters moved to email, things started to move to digital. And essentially we have an entire world full of digital things. As a musician, music went digital, letters went digital, movies go digital, everything is moving to the digital space. And we have no means, or we didn't have a means to authenticate any of that stuff. So photographers would take pictures, and in music, a lot of music photographers would be hating on the fact that people would rip off their prints, spread them on the internet, not give them credit, and they wouldn't be able to make a living. And so artists spent a lot of time creating art and putting it in the world and became more and more starving because of the internet. Now what we have is, yes, everything's moving to digital, but because we can authenticate things, it covers art, so not just digital artists, and Ragsy's point was spot on, digital artists, creators online weren't being able to get paid. Not only can digital artists get paid, but now artists globally creating who can actually showcase their work digitally can also get paid. And NFTs, you know, I tell a lot of people, because we consult with a lot of companies over the last 2-3 years on moving into Web3, and one of the things we say is stop trying to sell NFTs. Because NFTs is the file type. It's like people running around saying, I have a CD, I have a CD.
So if a company comes to you, TDM, if a company comes to you and you say, hey, I want to sell an NFT, you can stop selling an NFT, and they give you the Shop Pikachu face, what's your elevator pitch there?
Well, let me clarify that. What I would say is use NFT tech. You can use it to benefit your business. So do sell NFT files, but don't sell it as an NFT. So you have a CD, and now the CD, let's say, is the new tech. Everyone's like, I've got a CD. Every company's making CDs. Cool. What the fuck is on the CD? Is the music any good? And that's the equivalent to NFTs. Everyone's like, look, I'm making NFTs, great, that's a file type. is the music any good? Is the art any good? And let's remember that art has always been art. The Mona Lisa is still in a museum. It's still an original. Ragsy's art is awesome. The Lego art in real world, and she has crypto art. So across the board, people can create art, and a banana will sell for a fuck ton of money. A hole in a wall will sell for a fuck ton of money.
Hey, so Ragsy and Queen here, and maybe making me involved, because you're on that side of the panel. So, we're talking about like Web 2 companies entering Web 3. They're already filthy rich snobs. They just want to know how to make more money. How about like your mother, your mailman, or your Uber driver? How do you send that message to these guys that are just grinding for life?
I don't think normal people want to flip JPEGs. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a tough game.
My
I would tell them
Uber
to stay
drivers
away.
here will tell you about crypto here, and they will go on and on. So if you take an Uber here in Miami, just say Bitcoin. They'll start explaining it to you.
You've got to find out their why.
Very popular here. But on her point, I like that idea that she called it crypto art. I do think it needs to be distinguished that art should have its own category, as crypto art and NFTs can be something else. I think eventually, like tickets, they're just going to be called tickets, even though they're NFTs.
Exactly.
It caused consumer confusion labeling crypto art as NFTs, because originally, I've been in the market since 2017. Everyone was calling it crypto art. Nobody used the term NFTs. Like if you got a crypto kitty, that's what it was, a crypto punk or a crypto kitty. No one, this label. I think when you distinguish the different categories like art and this is for events, it just like helps stop like consumer confusion.
Also,
Hey, Brian, you're like 16 or something, right? How do all the cool kids in college think? I envisioned that, like, I mean, back in my day we had to pedal the skateboard at school, not to just use remote, lazy vultures, but I imagine that they're hip young whippersnappers trading high fives around lunch and talking about their NFTs that they got and who the cool kid is. By the way, here's your damn belt. Hey everyone, this is a special belt. It's a little different than what everyone else got. This is called a Hodo Award. It's given for achievement in the space, like selfless achievement. Ryan here was the very first teenager to ever start talking about crypto online. He started doing it in 2017 while he was probably still in high school. He gave up his entire youth from, how old are you now really, like 23? He's 23. He gave his entire youth where he should have been getting into like teenage angsty situations or drunken frat boy shenanigans to preach crypto to people his age. And that was commonplace. It's all over TikTok on your feed. This is the grandfather of it all. So let's have a big round of applause for this man for sacrificing the best years of his life. Here's your belt, man. You deserve it.
Adam, I'm keeping this belt. Whatever the fuck it says. Don't try and take this off me backstage.
This is sick.
Don't be like,
Hey, man, answer that question. Answer that question for real.
Yeah, so I definitely think NFTs can more easily be explained to my generation just because we've grown up in tech always evolving. It's definitely not as common probably as everyone here thinks just because we're in the space. But undoubtedly, when like everyone was discussing with NFTs, the underlying technology really beginning to get used with tickets, etc. Everyone's gonna really have no choice but to use NFTs. So yeah, I think it's gonna be still some time because, I mean, my whole group of friends, they don't really dabble in NFTs.
That are 12?
No, they're not 12. They're not 12.
Oh no.
But yeah, there's still that stigma of NFTs just being utilized for making a quick buck, right? But I think over the next couple of years that can transition, mainly especially with gaming. I think NFTs are going to be huge in gaming, whether it's RuneScape, Call of Duty, whatever it is. Being able to transfer an asset
Hey bro, I agree
from
with
one
you.
game to another, I think is going to be.
I agree with you. I think every major game, I come from the gaming industry actually, for every major game by the end of 2024, we're going to have some type of Metaverse or NFT component to it. So, I mean, you better hop on board now because eventually.
But
it's
to your,
coming
to
after
your
you.
point earlier, Adam.
Crusader,
Yeah, to your
Crusader,
point
man, you've been
earlier.
largely quiet, man. I want you to poke the bear.
It's
here.
hard
This
to
guy-
talk over
this
you,
guy-
Adam.
This damn guy has been causing trouble all day. I want you to argue with this man to close out the panel. Argue.
No,
Fight it.
so I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah, argue.
I do want to say something about what you said earlier about the average person. We talked about NFTs helping artists, businesses, but for the average person in the crowd, the Uber driver, right? The way NFTs help those people is the community that is being built in those NFT projects, right? The NFT space and the NFT, like the Bored Apes, right? They're just art, but they're the fraternities of the 21st century, of the digital space, right? You don't need to go to college and join some Alpha, Phi, whatever, right? You join, Danger Close Alpha, you join a Bored Ape, you join any NFT project. Those communities there, right, you're meeting people that own businesses. You're meeting people that have all kinds of connections that you would never meet in any other time. But you're meeting them in the digital space through an NFT community, and that is getting you connections. You can even start businesses, right? We have people in our Discord, in our community, starting YouTube channels and starting other businesses because they met in this space. Right?
Miguel, talk about Danger Close.
Hey, hold up, Blood. I'm
Good.
sorry, brother. We're at that time. It's time for you to turn to your right and say something nice about the person next to you. Go ahead, start, Blood.
Well, I want you guys to go check out Danger Close album because they have a great NFT release where it's actual utility. So definitely check those guys out.
Appreciate it, man.
Damn,
He's got
Continue.
his beard tries to compete with mine. That's nice. That's about it. No, right here.
I gotta say something nice about Ryan. All right, so we don't really know each other, but I want to tell you that just a little bit that I heard you speaking today, I appreciate it, and I can tell you that starting, Adam keeps hassling you about your age, right? Just we've got some things to fill you in on Adam later, so you can hassle him with those. Okay? I won't do that on stage though.
I know Adam's a hooligan. He's been pain in my butt for years, but he's also allowed me to go to some awesome events all around the country, so thank you for that, Adam. I love your hat. It's amazing. As well as your socks. I'm assuming you got those from North American Bitcoin Conference.
Yeah, shout out to Mo Levin. He's a real G. First.
Oh, yeah.
I love Mo.
For sure.
But also, you're very articulate, and I like your point of view on the alternatives to NFTs. So
Yeah, I might be hooking
keep
up.
spreading that message.
What's the age?
I think his girlfriend's sitting right over there.
What's the age of consent?
My bad.
Adam. Okay. First, I want to thank the audience for being so kind.
No, that
Welcome
comes
on
later.
stage.
That's part of the gimmick.
Next, wait, Adam, thank you. Next, I want to encourage everyone to, this guy. Next, I want to encourage everyone to please look into this lovely woman's art. She's been obviously hard at it in the space. I also been in space in 2017, so I know the grind. Pretty much dropped out of college as well. And, here I am, but what was your name?
On all social media, walking around Miami like at 2 a.m. in the morning. Very safe though.
We've all been there and done that.
You will
Yesterday.
be. Like the only person. But yeah, thank you. I like your hair. I like that we wear bedazzled matching kind of like punk chokers. We have like the same nail polish on. He's very friendly. Yeah.
Thank you. I know this is the first time we've actually got to meet, but as far as NFTs and average Joes, I think doing the work to try to get people involved as easily as possible through means that, are accessible to them and that they enjoy is important. And so keep up the good work and, keep vibing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What's up, Adam? I would like to insert something for the average Joe, if I may, which is basically, I know that we all talk about different utilities. We talk about this system and that and NFTs and communities. For the average Joe, that's like, everyone's talking about all these different uses. I will say this. When new tech comes out like the internet, it's like, internet, you can sell things online, you can do this, you can do that. Essentially, it's hard to understand the tech when you can use it across every medium. And that, I think, is what people misunderstand with NFTs. It's like the internet got invented, you can do anything with the internet, right? NFTs is very similar. You'll hear people talk about so many things. I don't know if he's edging me on, but I will say, because I want them to have value at the end, right? I mean, they're getting wonderful value from everyone, just this basic thing. NFTs, when you cast a vote in future, it will be an NFT. Your medical records will be NFTs. Communities will be NFTs, music, art, etc. It's a new piece of tech. It's so fundamental, it'll go across everything. So I just want people to take that if they're still struggling to understand. Now you are a fabulous fellow, very charismatic, charming young man that has put a wonderful group of crypto influencers, KOLs, people together. It's always a party, it's always a pleasure. This man is wonderful. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you. Hey, Blood, I guess I gotta do you. You know what, man, I give you a lot of hell, but I've known you longer than anyone else in here. And you're like my blood brother from another mother. I want to give you this belt. I want to give you a hug.
Aww.
For all of you, we got one more panel and a hip-hop performance from Cassius Cueve. Stay on. Play me off, DJ. Get the hell off my stage.
Stepped on the jet, straight to rock a show for my party all night long. The next day, me and Diva re-recorded a song. I'm just a boy from the Bay. What more can I say? Went NFT LA and stayed for more than a day. Met Austin and Aaron at the VIP, checking with the best crypto news show. You gotta respect them. Special shout out to them. And Rich reppin' Super World. Went to a party, met a real life super girl. Never I see Kylie, she was always smiling. She be lighting up the praise booth without even trying. I done came a long ways from the days when I was struggling. A crab in the bucket, then mad when they was rugging them. But now I flip the script, take a trip, and we can have a ball. And hit the strip, more drip than Niagara Falls. I met a chick so thick it's no refusing her. She told me that this Web3 life is seducing her. She want me.
Hey, DJ, when they start popping off, slow it down for me.
Baby, always bullish. Now, if you get with me, then maybe we gon' be. If you get with me in the lifestyle. If you get with me, then maybe we gon' see. If you get with me in the lifestyle. In real life, in real.
Hey, peace of mind. Cassius Cueve, get on the stage, baby.
You should tag them, cause they don't waste their time.
Hey, JChains, get on up here, baby.
Israel told me who were early and important. I seen them in that.
Hey, where's Paul Merritt at? Someone get Paul Merritt. Tell him to come on stage. Hey, RC, Camille, get your ass up here. Hey, hack crypto, Steve McGarry. He's already here. He's right there. And where's Stand-Up Brooke? We'll bring her up as well.
In the castle above with Jared, Doug, Brad, and Amy till the sun coming up. Call Kayla Love, Spotty Wi-Fi, and a couple groupies. They been on plot across the sandbox from Uncle Snoopy. Subscriber count is kinda low, but it ain't nothing to me. Still live this Web3 life like it's a fucking movie. If you get me, then maybe we gon' see. If you get me.
Alright, DJ, bring it down, bring it down.
If you meant to be in the lifestyle,
Keep going, keep going.
in real life, we in real life, it's poppin'.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Make sure the Daily Brothers don't leave. I got something to give them in like 5 minutes. Hey, know why we call this panel? Know why we use the song In Real Life? Because it's about Metaverse. We did NFTs and average shows. It is now meta and average shows. And maybe that'll be real life quite soon. I'm gonna take my seat in one moment, but I got something to give away. Is there a Daily Brother up here? Is there an altcoin Daily Brother somewhere? Can they come on the stage?
Austin.
I want to tell people who you are.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Aaron Arnold, Half the Proof Altcoin Daily, one of the largest YouTube channels for cryptocurrency. Great to be here. Yeah! Great last panel, guys, and great current panel.
Hey, so in case you're wondering what these belts are, we just kind of threw them out there and explain them. They're the influencer awards. It's like the Emmys or Grammys, but for crypto influencers. You know, the vote's very real. So these mean as much as they mean to you, as much as you love your audience, how much they mean to you. But we treat them kind of like, you know, a fun little thing, because they are, obviously. And, hey, what do you think you won? What do you think this is?
We were up for Best News Source, Influencer of the Year, interviews, so maybe one of those.
Hey, you won Best News for 3 years in a row.
Woo!
Let's go! You got 22 plays. 21 plays and 20 plays.
Thank you
Give
very
me some
much.
commentary, Steve.
Congratulations. Watch Adam as he passes the belt on to Aaron Arnold of Altcoin Daily. Is he going to wear the belt on each shoulder? Oh God, what's happening now? He's covered his crotch, ladies and gentlemen. Look away.
It's upside down.
Also, oh yeah, it is upside down. Adam, it's upside down.
I just wanted an excuse to hold on. I don't want an excuse to hold on to him longer, that's all. He's a very good-looking man. Because he's actually a SAG actor. Tell him about some of your upcoming projects so they can catch you out.
Various projects in various areas of development. I don't really want to go into that here, but a version of Shark Tank in crypto, kind of trying to merge the two worlds, and also this show called Cryptos is maybe the most pertinent things right here.
Hey, I just wanted to say something, man. You were the second channel to pass 1 million. The person who got there first, I think you just recently passed. I know this is a dumb little award show, but if anything, it highlights your community. They come out in droves to vote for you. And I think I gotta say I appreciate, you started your channel in a bear market. You started in January of 2019, which is 2018, which is insane, right? The bear market happened. At that time, you had people who just lost a lot of money and they were searching for answers and they needed someone to tell them that they were all in it together. And they found Altcoin Daily. It was growing at that time. And you probably helped change a lot of lives. For that, I want to say thank you, brother.
Dude, thank you, Adam, and thank everybody in the community, everybody who cast a vote from the Altcoin Daily audience. Like I said, Austin's on the main stage right now, interviewing somebody, otherwise he'd be here. And we're just trying to keep getting bigger and better. Even in this bear market now, we started in a bear market, still getting average 100,000 at least videos or views per video. So, not resting on our laurels at all. We live and die by every new video, every single day. So just trying to keep getting bigger and better and keep providing value to the community.
Big round of applause. Altcoin Daily!
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Adam. Adam, you're the man. The hostess with the mostest.
Hey, I got a seat actually. That's cool. Pass this down to Dana.
And big fan of Cassius right here too.
Yeah! You gonna come back for his performance?
I gotta go see Austin.
Oh, we'll see you tomorrow.
Who wants the mic?
Hey, I got a seat this time. So this is Meta and Average Joe's. We set it up last talk. What do normal human beings, not people stuck in this crypto bubble that knows all the lingo, think about the metaverse? I personally think it's easier for them to understand. One, because Ready Player One was a thing, awesome movie. And also, there's a lot of people that can relate to being disappointed with their current lives and wishing they could live another one. So my first question, I want to start all the way with Dana. We'll move down the line. Do you think Metaverse is on par with real life?
On par?
You started the wrong side. I wanted you to acapella your song, but you missed the cue. The joke is over. Go ahead, Dana. You start.
Well, if we're saying on par, I just saw an article today about, you guys may have seen this, about a guy who made the Oculus kill you if you're wearing it, if you actually die in the game. So to answer your question, if we go down to that dystopian place, it's going to be very scary. But Web3 is really just about breaking down the walls of big tech and giving that value back to the individual. And so we're going to be seeing this happening in the metaverse and in real life.
In real life?
Yeah, in real life through the same tech that's used in metaverses.
Absolutely. I'm big in the metaverse too, on land in DCentral land, Somnium Space. I got a buddy who's actually coming here. He has a freestyle show every Monday from inside of Somnium Space. And I think that a lot of people are going to gravitate to it more in the future because of just in general, there's a lot of events people can't attend. And I already know there's been some big pop stars who had broadcasts from in the metaverse and movie theaters similar to this stadium right here that people who couldn't go see their show could now see it all over the world. So instead of selling out one arena for 100,000, you could sell out millions of people on a show in the metaverse. So there's definitely real life utility coming in the metaverse in a big way.
Hey Cassius, that was awesome, and I know JChains has something to say, but we actually said we would go down the line, so theoretically, RC here was next. So can we all boo Cassius for a second? Boo! All right, RC, go ahead.
Yeah, it's an interesting discussion. Quantum physics has shown there may be 11 different dimensions. So we live in one, right? We're able live in reality, but there are alternate realities, right? So it's interesting, the metaverse space in general. I think discipline is important. Be disciplined with how much time you spend there, and make sure it's beneficial to you. So the space is really interesting, in my opinion, and I think people will adopt.
Hey, RC, stand up for a second. This man benches 405 pounds. He's an ex-NFL player. What team do you play for?
Miami and Pittsburgh.
He played for Miami. We're in Miami. Give him a hand. And you know what? He also has a project called Moonwalkers. He's been working very hard at that for a few years now to get that off the ground. So I got him a belt with his Moonwalker logo on it for Emil Connor.
Isn't that kind? I appreciate it.
And also, he's going to be on a panel later with NFL great Warren Sapp, his buddy. I got him a belt too.
Oh yeah, that's good. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And when I want to introduce Paul before he goes, so I went up here as real goofy, real kind of crypto degen. Paul is super professional, but he talks about the most like goofy, unprofessional thing in the world, which is the metaverse. It's insane that someone as professional and as technical and as smart and intelligent as Paul is every day talking about the metaverse because he believes in it. So Paul, explain to him why you think you believe in it.
I don't know if that was a diss or not.
No. We all love you. Hey, real. Well, we dissed ourselves. Round of applause for Tom for being the smartest one up here.
No, I think really what we've at least discovered, at least what we're doing on our show is we've been connected to a lot of major brands, a lot of Fortune 5s over the years. We run a media business, and one of the things that's very unique to me is when people ask me, what is the metaverse? And I'm like, well, the mainstream isn't necessarily there yet, but don't worry about the mainstream because the masterminds are. And what I mean by that is the companies that are starting to really develop in this space absolutely get what's happening. So if you look at Nike, Disney, Starbucks, etc., the wave has just become a thing. And I think what you guys are seeing out there right now, this is such an early stage, but when you get a chance to talk to a lot of these executives that talk about this and where their next play is, they're all talking Web3. So it's as if 2005 had started again with the internet. So it's really a pretty amazing thing.
Paul, I thank you for coming up here. I know these award shows are probably beneath you, but do you know that you actually beat out the two people next to you for Best Metaverse Channel this year?
Whoa. Wait a minute, we're going to Metaverse Channel?
Oh, yes you do. You're the best channel that talks about GameFi and Metaverse. Paul Barron, custom built. JChains hat. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. This man, he's your Joker to your Batman, or vice versa. But you two can go ahead and talk about your love in the metaverse. You were close. Both of you were very close.
I think, thank you, Adam. And Paul, congratulations on that, Steve. Like, listen, I think in this industry, there's maybe a lot of misconception of like, we're all like really good friends. We all know each other. Like, I would not consider anyone up here to be a competitor in any way, shape, or form, right? We're all here building and trying to make this space the best that it can in all different ways. Right now, back to the metaverse, like, I don't actually even know what the question is. But as far as the metaverse goes and like where I think it's heading and what it's going to take is like, on the last panel they're talking about gaming. Right now a lot of the metaverses, and Steve and I were talking about this earlier today, there's a lot of metaverses right now where basically they paid $20,000, $30,000 for a trailer with no anticipation or intention of ever putting a product out just to get your money. So if you're investing in these things as speculative plays, make sure you do some fucking research because there's a lot of projects out there that are never going to ROI on you. So just, figure it out on your own, DYOR.
Do your own research. I don't know what the question was either, so I'll just piggyback off of you. And I do think that Paul was right in what brands are doing, what Mr. Zuck is doing. A lot of these people are doing. Those are the
there's no question. There's never a question.
The giga brains are building in the space. So effectively, if you just follow what they're doing and using the tooling that they're creating, you can be part of the mega wave that is the metaverse. I was actually surprised that NFTs front run the metaverse. I don't know if you had that too, but I was really surprised.
I mean, yeah, they kind of all go hand in hand, but the metaverse is more important than NFTs, I'll take.
Totally. And actually, the pandemic with Zoom, I think supercharged the metaverse in a way because people were realizing like if I'm wearing a black shirt on Zoom, what's the difference than a wearable on my avatar? Like they both represent me. it's such a push in the metaverse direction. So I think Zoom actually
That is a fantastic point of what the pandemic did for kind of awareness and what the metaverse can actually do and how we can survive in an ecosystem like that as people, as businesses, education, all sorts of things. Medical fields, I mean, you're seeing doctors do surgeries in the metaverse, for Christ's sake.
Oh,
That's
you're
amazing.
very powerfully nodding your head like you have something to say to JChains.
Let's go.
No, I think you guys are hitting it. Just proceed.
Well, I'll piggyback on JChain's last point. I think that there is a fundamental issue with a lot of scammers still in the space launching the buzzword of metaverse. They're doing trailers, big blockbuster trailers, and they'll vacuum up a lot of capital and try and get started. But with the company I started, Sandstorm, we're partnered with 5 virtual worlds, and I'm seeing a lot of trends kind of coming at us with about 25 different worlds lined up to work with us, and some of them are legit, some of them aren't, so do your own research. Be careful out there.
I think just like with any new niche, there's a lot of cool stuff that comes out at first, and most of it's just a cash grab, but it's going to go to zero by the time the next wave comes in. But then you're going to see a lot of really cool stuff. And what I think the next real wave of the metaverse is a lot of B2C applications. I think the next technology upgrade to websites are going to be these mini metaverses where you can have a walkthrough virtual experience. And I think the biggest thing that's going to be disrupted in an amazing way is customer service. Instead of having to hold on a phone and listen to the worst music ever through the worst speaker ever, you can actually see where you are in a line of avatars. And you can have a YouTube window pop up next to it and says, go ahead and listen to your favorite videos or music, and we'll dim it when you're next in line. And then you can actually get help. Or you can actually see where your support mail is in a virtual queue as it's traveling through, and you don't have to wonder, am I going to get an email back in an hour or 2 weeks? These are things that the metaverse can enable. So if you're looking for investing in things, find something that's actually solving a problem. Because there's plenty of virtual worlds out there and virtual land that has no demand. We've seen this from all the way back in 2018 when it was really too early. And only a couple things have hung on that long. So I think there's going to be some huge winners. Just to name a couple, Decentraland and Sandbox have 2 of the first mover advantage. And it's really hard to get users to leave anywhere that they already are, but it's easy to get better tech there.
Hey, Pizza Mind. Yeah, his name is Pizza Mind. Like pizza and your mind on your money.
That's
pizza
right.
Mind. He has pizza on his mind.
Always.
Always.
Pizza is life.
That thing around his neck is Beth's Daily Show. He's won it 4 years in a row. He's actually the only person to ever fill up all the side plates. Those side plates, they have numbers on them. They say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. BitBoy beat him last year, but now he's come back to reclaim the title. He filled up all the side plates. It's Crypto 101 podcast, people. Crypto 101 is number 15.
By the fashion brands, the luxury brands, they're really kind of entering the early space. But Facebook is interesting because of the fact that they've got a very big bank book. So I think in the end they're probably going to do a lot of acquisition to make their way through. What they have right now, definitely not going to be there. But if they suck up a lot of the air in the room, it's a different story.
JChains, you got something to say?
I say we let Zuckerberg spend as much of his money as he wants trying to build it, and then, when he gets something that we actually want to use. Like, he may win the business-to-business metaverse. Let him have that, but let him spend billions and billions and billions of dollars to figure it out, and then someone can just bolt on something that's a little more user-friendly for us, and then boom, we got a metaverse.
Hey, interesting enough, I found a heckler in the crowd that disagrees with Cassius. She's gonna say it right now.
Say it, that's my homegirl, say it.
Oh,
We just don't think that the metaverse is going to be decentralized because data is very rich. And of course, people who like decentralization, like there's a whole thing around MetaMask right now, how they collect information, and this is why it's very important to run your own node. But I'll give this back to Adam.
So data, and now, like I just saw earlier yesterday, if you go to chasebank.com, Chase is using a token for verification. And crypto is identity. And that's part of the work that I'm working on now, second to Paul's show. Very happy to be a co-host there. But if you look at where you're able to create a privacy layer like what Jack Dorsey was trying to do, then that's where we have mass adoption, and we're also be able to accurately give back a pass back of value through people, through transactions. And that's where the real royalties are. If you rely on, say, artists to set their royalty. I was an econ major, we can't really set our own royalty. We start to set the bar lower and lower. And so, you know, the tech, I agree with JChains as well. The tech is going to allow us to see what's working and how to just jumpstart. But then it's up to these smaller companies to figure out how to make it truly decentralized and the ways that are important to be decentralized, but also centralized to protect.
Hey, Steve, Steve and JChains, I'm in the crowd. You know what that means. We got questions.
Hi, Mona.
Hi, guys. Hi,
Hi.
Paul. Hey, guys. How are you? Mona from Metaverse Express. I mean, I talk to you guys often throughout the months and weeks. I mean, we all, you know, we cover Metaverse and we talk to a lot of founders and builders and creators, and everyone is in this race of making this ideal Metaverse environment, right? And most of the people that we know in this space that are taking a proactive role are coming from that gaming scene, gaming industry. Not a financial advice, but in 2022, what were some of the projects that you spoke to the founders, are working with, who you believe are creating that ideal Metaverse environment where they actually help make people want to spend time on that platform? Whether, you know, whether the ideal environment they're creating is customizable, whether the in-game assets are tradable, whatever it is that stood out to you, can you name some platforms that you believe are creating that ideal environment?
Yeah, happily. So I think Immersed is one of the most underrated projects right now. It is a metaverse for work. So your team can sit together at a table and work, and they're trying to kind of go head to head with Slack in terms of tooling. I think Space Metaverse is a beautiful example of effectively like a virtual Shopify, where you go into a virtual experience and you can buy items like wearables and things like that in the metaverse. TCG World is doing a great job. We talked to them earlier. They're doing a great job with gaming, Sandbox around events, I'd say Decentraland around events. Spatial is here, shout out to Spatial. They are doing a lot of event-based concepts, but what you mentioned earlier about, you know, talking to builders, I think that tooling is a make or break for the space. However easy it is to construct an asset and deploy it into any virtual world, if you spend years like Sandbox building easy to use Vox Edit that you can release a wearable in, you're going to be a front runner like they are. Decentraland, not so much. It's a little clunky. It's easy to import different GLB files and things like that, but it's super kind of up to the user. So tooling is pretty much a make or break, but those are sort of my faves. And there is a lot coming out in mental health. We were talking about that earlier. A lot of really cool worlds for mental health.
Hey, RC, what's your favorite metaverse?
You son of a bitch. I have to go back to the NFT discussion from the other panel, right? I think there's a lot of diversity within NFTs. You don't have to fit or be pigeonholed into one, you know, type of use case or utility, right? And an example with our project, it's real world value that we're trying to, you know, bring to the crypto world. Example, you can have a session, a Zoom session, and ask any question to said celebrity, right, with the NFT. That's kind of cool, right? When you like to ask a question of your favorite entertainer, right, through their NFT, as well as, say, memorabilia. So I guess the point is, don't be discouraged if you do create NFTs and you don't have the traditional utility. You can be creative and innovate with your utility.
One of the things that I wanted to kind of piggyback on what Steve was saying, and we had talked about this before, to me, like, the whole idea of, like, what metaverses, like, speak to you and resonate to you, like, what do you want it for? What are you in this for? Are you a gamer? Well, then find a metaverse that's gaming-centric and that, you'll be happy. Me, particularly, I'm not a gamer. I wouldn't get into any metaverse for the gaming aspect of it, except for maybe the other side for the flex, right? Me, like, I want to build a podcast studio in the metaverse. So, like, the Ethereum Towers, that's a metaverse built for non-gamers. That's me. Okay, I wouldn't join a metaverse for gamers because that's not me. So I think you really got to figure out, like, what do you want from it, and then you can go from there to figure out which metaverse best suits your needs.
Hey, JChains, you're a lot of things, but a gamer you're not, I guess. Hey, we got an interesting question here. Stand up. He's going to poll the audience, actually.
Hey, guys, I have one question concerning the current adoption of the Metaverse. It would be interesting of all of you guys here in the hall, how many of you actually have spent time in the Metaverse? So, who was in the Metaverse? Okay, I would say, what, more than 50%? Like, I wouldn't have even guessed that. Because at the last conferences then that it wasn't that huge of a deal, that people already used it, they only invested in it.
So,
shouldn't do that.
I just to respond to that, I think the term metaverse is a spectrum in terms of what you would consider it. Of course, you have on-chain, decentralized, kind of DAO-run worlds like Decentraland that I would count as on the far end of the spectrum. And then on the other end, you have like Fortnite. That's literally a centralized virtual world that I would classify as a metaverse as well. So anybody in the room that's participated in something like that, it classifies.
Hey, peace of mind. Say your thought. Keep it short.
I was just gonna say one other thing that I like for a metaverse is portals on Solana. With a one-click template, you can change your room from a chill space to a nightclub to a shopping center, and it's completely personalized. You can put your NFT art gallery there. I think what they're doing is pretty cool.
Solana is dead.
Oh,
sorry, R.I.P. Solana.
No, it'll be fine. I promise. Came back from Solana Breakpoint. There's a lot more gas in the tank than just what FTX was providing. Don't sleep on it.
We got Bipple on a panel tomorrow. He's out stocking in Sam Bankman-Fried, Bahamas. He's going to hear all about that. Come here tomorrow at 12 and hear Big Boy talk about his being the predator to Sam Bankman-Fried, Bahamas. Anyhow, hey, Dana, what's your favorite metaverse? And also tell the audience where they can find you.
You can find me on The Dana Howell on Twitter. You can find me on Paul's channel. I am also working on baseball NFTs. Our metaverse is currently on, it's currently between the player and the buyer of the NFT to golf with the baseball player, whatever it is. I jump on all the metaverses, but I don't spend a lot of time on there because I'm worried about someone.
She makes them. That's why.
I don't make any come on. That's what you should be doing. And make one of all of us on there so we can hang out.
I might. Hey, Moon Daddy, RC, how much time do you think people are going to spend in the metaverse?
That's my concern. I mentioned earlier, right? You have to be disciplined with your time, right? If it's not benefiting you, I wouldn't recommend sitting there for 8 hours, right? That's what scares me in regards to metaverse. I'm not a huge proponent yet. There has to be some value there.
Yeah, yet.
Hey.
But there's a lot of advertising opportunity.
Hey, Paul, you decided about October of last year to kind of dedicate your life to letting people know the interesting things of the metaverse and let them know the future are coming. Why the hell did you do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, often I've been kind of blamed as getting into projects and industries very early. So I spot a lot of these kind of things, at least in the sense of where kind of, not only the movement of mass adoption is going, but really where the thinkers are going and where education's going, big business. So if you just follow the whales, just like you do in crypto investing, typically it's going to lead you to some pretty interesting places.
All right, we got to get off the stage. Cash has got to perform, so you got 20 seconds. Favorite metaverse and say something controversial. And you're up next, by the way.
Yes, I know. My favorite metaverse is the other side so that I can flex on people with my coda. And then what did you want?
That you already did. I said say something controversial.
Oh, I started a new channel, a YouTube channel, JChains.live. Follow.
Hey, Steve, same question. 20 seconds.
My favorite one right now for events is going to be Sandbox. As the person who launched the first social hub in Sandbox, I got to say that. It's my
You launched the first one in Sandbox. Round of applause for Sandstorm.
Woo! Let's go.
And same question as you. What's your favorite metaverse? And say something to leave the crowd a lasting impression.
Don't sleep on Wilder World or the Zero Social Network.
Hey, Cassius, hang tight. Hey, everyone pose for a quick picture. Play us off with the music in the first video, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Miami.
Hold on, we got a special. We got a special prize.
Game, I'ma host ya. Millions over the roaster.
Hey, everyone.
If you need to know what's up, come see me and so at 31.
Hey, Paul, JChains, quick pick.
Compare the copper pit, a rocks and drip and drop a sick flow. But you gon' stop and sit though when you see me popping crypto. If you want your neck to shine, it's best to come invest the time.
Alright, now get the heck off my stage. Hey guys, we got one special squeeze. My boy Cassius is going to play off the panel. If you hit signal,
I can lead you to the money.
he's gonna lead you to the money. He's gonna bring on the next guys.
You guys don't
Play his MP3.
Yeah!
You got investor, stocks, crypto, everything like that. This new joint, Money 2020.
I can lead you to the money. Filling up the bags. Now I can help you get the money. Filling up the bags. The same old trader from the town. And they know I'ma break it down. The same old trader with the specs. When the bears swing on you, then you better swing back. The world ain't ending, I ain't never been scared. But I ain't pretending I ain't have to get prepared. So when all the markets turn to bear, I ain't even really care about a dip and be a millionaire. Wait about a year and it won't be that funny. See my vision clear here at Money 20.